shoes and names, some brands you are using? Some colors you are using? Nothing come to your mind?
Black color.
Black color. For what type of thing? So the formally, so is a formal. Most probably for office and for sometimes weddings, so you use black color. But you use some very colorful slippers and shoes for what type of occasions?
Pink for a party.
Yeah, for the party. What else?
Weddings.
Yeah, ladies,
To meet our friends.
meet a friends. Any other situation, any other occasions you can remember? Different type of shoes, different type of qualities, different type of designs, high heels, flat heels. Is there anything like that? Not me,
Yes.
you have to
Yeah.
say.
Yes, high heels.
Yeah. Then what are the other situations you change your shoes?
Weather.
Yeah, we missed your some words. Yes. Say it again.
So we consider weather sometimes when wearing shoes.
Yeah, very good, very good. Sometimes when you are using some kind of shoes, so the water goes inside. Yeah, very good. What else? Different. Very good. Sometimes you use boots in, you know, that if you are engineers or any other working in some kind of electrical uh, uh, items, electrical, you know, that connections are here and there, wires are here, and there, you use some kind of boots, rubber boots. And if you are going, for example, if you are working in a tea estate, you are using boots, right? What else?
Construction site.
Yeah, sometimes I think you are switching on the mic, and before that you talk. Therefore, some several words are missing. So can you say it again? Repeat it again.
Construction sites.
Yeah, site,
Construction.
construct
Yeah.
site. Very good. Construction site. Yes, safety. Not only shoes for your head also, you are using something, some kind of helmet. What else? You are missing a lot of other things. Yes.
Comfortability, sir.
No, couldn't hear it.
Comfortability.
Yeah, comfortability. What else? There are some
Sports shoes.
court shoes. Which what type of situations?
Formal.
Sports shoes.
Sports shoes. Right. Sports shoes is some category. Can you see the different type of sports shoes? Different situations. Name them for any kind of sports. You use the same shoes or different shoes.
Different shoes.
Different shoes.
Different shoes. Can you say the situation?
Indoor shoes and outdoor shoes.
Indoor and outdoor. Yes. For running, what you use? Running.
Spikes. Track
Right. Very good.
shoes.
Very good. Very good. Then for cricket, football, rugby,
Boots, rugger boots.
rugby balls. Very good. Now you can see different type of things, right? Spikes and you know that you can change these nails and very you know the friendly occasions. Normally depending on your these ladies and gents, and these are very nice now. Most of the ladies, young ladies, are using football And this is also some kind of boots, but not for working environment, but for fashion, and very colorful. Okay, why is that? People need these things, consumers need these things for different situations, different events, different occasions. Therefore, producers understand consumers are, and they are offering different things. Nike, Adidas, there are many brands. They are providing that. They understand customers and they are providing. And also, not only the same football shoes, different colors, different pattern, right? Everything is coming like that, right? Normally, those days we use only that official type of black shoes, right? This type of thing. But nowadays, most probably we are using this kind of shoes. Right? It's more comfortable. It is easy for us to walk long journeys, long miles by using this one. Therefore, we are going for that, right? So different needs. So for customers, different needs. Marketers are offering different type of products, right? Now, another simple thing to understand. Think about your pen. There's also a very good example to understand yourself, understand the market, how market changes, right? Think about pen. What type of pen you are using at the moment? Can somebody tell?
Just a ballpoint.
Ballpoint. Ballpoint, what type of brand?
It's Atlas.
It is Atlas, right? Atlas, what else you can remember? Any other brands you are using? Only Atlas. All the people are using Atlas. Atlas is a gel pen, no any other type?
Gel pen.
Gel pen. How about others? You are also using Atlas.
Yes, sir.
Ola Atlas, 82 people Atlas users. Very great market market share. No other brand you can remember?
Pen.
I think Virodhara.
Virodhara.
Tango.
Yes.
Parker.
Parker. Parker is that fountain pen, no? That ballpoint pen, that carbon pen.
Carbon pen, sir, ballpoint.
Ballpoint pen. There's Parker is a very popular fountain pen, which is very classic. It was offered for gifts and highly recognized certain period back. Now also sometimes when you give a gift, you use that type of thing, right? Okay, what else?
Schiefer.
I have never heard. What is it?
Schiefer, sir.
Schiefer, yes.
Yeah.
And have you heard of Orex?
Yeah, Orex or Renault. That's done a little more.
Orex, Renault. What is the other one?
Pilot.
Renault, yes. And there was one called Pilot also.
Yeah, Pilot.
Yes, Pilot. You can remember, no?
Yeah, yes, sir. You can remember.
Very good. Oh, very good. Okay, now when you purchase Orex, Renault, or Pilot, so what type of advantages did you notice? Can you remember? Why you purchase it? Why you change those brands?
Good.
Good because of what? What is the different advantage? Is it only writing or handling or looking at the ink level or that there's a grip at the end of the pen? Is that the thing? Or clip of the pen?
Grip is, yes.
Clip is very heavy, hard. And sometimes some pens we are clipping somewhere and it fall down. So there may be situations. And sometimes Renault is a good pen you can't see through. Therefore, you don't know the ink level when you are writing. It will be over one time. Once immediately you can't write. You have to stop writing. And those pens, for example, Orex, very popular. Those everybody that now use it at least. Those days, everybody said Orex, Orex, Orex. Now we can't remember the Orex, right? So our days, I can think there was a pen called Cial, right? Cial fountain pen also there, and also another pen came with ballpoint, that carbon pen, right? So time to time it changes, even though they were very popular, demanding, but still so changing. Customers' nature is like that. They're changing. Once you now the Atlas is here, Atlas 2T, Atlas Pin, and what you call Atlas 10 or something like. There are different type of things. So therefore, you are changing somehow. But if something coming new with new brand, you are going for that. That is the nature of the customers. That marketers know that, right? So that change in nature of the customers. Therefore, even though you are doing well, Atlas is doing well, don't think that you have no opportunity in the market for ballpoint pen. You can produce something with good marketing campaign. You can acquire the market, right? That is why this list. So sometimes it's very attractive, easy writing, sometimes sharp writing. So when you write by using some pen, it is a sharp pen, very that hard lines, but there are some pens very sharp lines. So you can sign. For signature, you are using different pens, right? And very colorful. This cardboard and elegant writing handle. And the other one is that you are looking at others, your friends, and you are purchasing the same thing, right? So the way you are using, the way you are changing your behavior or purchasing pattern. So then marketers understand that change in pattern, change in behavior of customers. So they are also coming with new versions, new product, new brand. That is the nature, right? So there are some popular brands in different stages. So some of you look at the life length of the brand. Atlas is surviving now many years, but it may change, right? Why it is changing? You like the diversity, that you don't like the same thing. Assume that you are purchasing some kind of frock or jacket or some kind of shirt, t-shirt, right? When you see the new type of thing, new brand, you are purchasing that. You're changing. You like diversity. Even you go to restaurant and purchase something, you don't purchase the same thing again and again. Pizza Hut, there are many types, right? Maybe one type today, next time you are purchasing another type. Even for night, if you are purchasing kottu today, tomorrow fried rice, then Mongolian, Malaysian, whatever you change, because you like diversity. So marketers understand that diversity of the consumer, their needs. Therefore, they are coming with different types of products and brands, different colors, different tastes. That is why these products and brands and services are coming to the market, right? Not thinking in the same way, preference of a person is not similar, and human nature is the change in nature. You have to understand that change in nature, which trend it is changing, for which direction it goes, forecast it and try to understand. So whatever we can understand some kind of, we can watch one video and understand what we are so far talking about this pen. You can see this pen about this big pen, right? See, watch the video. If you can't watch the video, please tell me.
writing lies at the foundation of modern society. It is a technology that few of us think about, and today we will explore the company behind the pen, Bic. Before the advent of metal pens, the Western world's writing instrument of choice was the quill. Finding bird feathers wasn't very hard, and ever since 600 AD, that's how most writing was done. Once the Industrial Revolution got underway, improved metallurgy and mass production techniques resulted in the dip pen. It was essentially a metal nib mounted on a handle. It could barely hold more ink than a quill, and its practical use was about the same. The first truly practical pens appeared at the end of the 19th century. They are what we call fountain pens, and the innovation behind them was that they had a reservoir of ink inside. The first commercially successful fountain pens were built in 1884 by this guy, Louis Waterman. He was originally an insurance broker, but one day when signing a very important contract, the prototype fountain pen he had brought for the occasion broke and leaked ink on the whole document. This accident eventually resulted in the deal getting cancelled and Waterman losing his job. Making the best out of a bad situation, Waterman decided to build a better fountain pen, and it was his design that truly made fountain pens the dominant writing instrument of the next half-century. It wouldn't be until the 1930s that fountain pens would finally meet their match. The man responsible for that was Laszlo Biro, a Hungarian journalist. He had noticed that the ink used in newspaper printing dried quickly, leaving the paper dry and smudge-free. When he tried using the same ink in a fountain pen, however, it wouldn't flow into the tip, because it was too viscous. After 7 years of trial and error, Laszlo developed a new tip for his pen, consisting of a ball that could freely rotate in a socket. As the ball ran along the paper, it would siphon ink from an internal cartridge and spread it out evenly. What Laszlo had created was the ballpoint pen, but the timing of his invention was a bit unlucky. As a Hungarian Jew, Laszlo was well aware of what was happening in Germany, and so in 1938 he packed his bags and moved to Paris. While there, he got the lucky chance of meeting the president of Argentina, Agustin Pedro Justo. He was so impressed by the ballpoint pen that he told Laszlo to emigrate to Argentina, which of course he did, as he wanted to be as far away from Germany as possible. Once in Argentina, Laszlo set up a company for his pens, and by 1943 he was selling them to His Majesty's Royal Air Force in the UK. This first generation of ballpoint pens wasn't perfect, however. The metal case was prone to leaking and the ink would often clog. Most of Laszlo's non-government clients ended up returning their pens, which drove his company to the brink of bankruptcy. To keep his company afloat, Laszlo resorted to selling the rights to his pen in Europe and in the US. The man who bought the European rights to the ballpoint pen was a Frenchman, Baron Marcel Bic. He had entered the pen business in 1945, when he had bought a damaged factory on the outskirts of Paris and used it to start making fountain pens. Marcel fell in love with the ballpoint pen, and in 1950, when he heard that Laszlo was selling the patent, he threw $2 million at Laszlo to get it. With the patent in hand, Marcel used his considerable resources to acquire plastic and precision stainless steel technology from Switzerland. Now keep in mind, plastic was still a very new invention in the early 1950s, and it had only been commercialized a few years prior. The shaping machines Marcel bought were cutting edge for their time, capable of shaping metal down to 10 micrometers. The design of Marcel's pens was as simplistic as it was brilliant. The pen's barrel was shaped similarly to a pencil, making it very hard to roll off a table. And since it was made of transparent polystyrene, it was easy to see when you were running out of ink. What truly made Marcel's endeavor successful, however, was his understanding of economies of scale. You see, the pens that Laszlo sold were very expensive, and although they were vastly superior to fountain pens, it was very hard to justify spending the equivalent of 1 week's wage for one pen. Marcel, however, streamlined his production and bought everything in bulk, allowing him to sell his pens for a fraction of the cost, only 50 centimes, the equivalent of 18 cents in the US. Marcel's initial plan was to sell the pens under his family name, but once people told him how English speakers were pronouncing it, he decided to drop the H. Thus, in 1950 he established Société Bic and began flooding France with his trademark pen, which he called the Bic Crystal. Unsurprisingly, the pen was an instant hit, surpassing everything on the market both in terms of quality and price. Within 3 years, Marcel was selling 40 million pens annually. He could barely keep up with the rising demand, and so he started opening subsidiaries left and right. By 1954, he was operating across Western Europe, and just 2 years later his pens were also sold in South America and Africa. Marcel didn't enter the US market until 1958, and he did so in a very interesting fashion. Remember our friend Louis Waterman? He was the insurance broker who started making fountain pens in the late 1880s. The company he had started was now the largest manufacturer of fountain pens in the US. But the ballpoint revolution had left them near bankruptcy. To gain a foothold in the States, Marcel offered to buy Waterman, and he did so for $1 million. He repurposed most of Waterman's factories to make ballpoint pens, and he kept the fountain pen division as a luxury brand, which is still around to this day, although as a separate entity. In 1961, French artist Raymond Savignac created the Bic Boy, which has remained a part of the company's logo ever since. That year, the company replaced their stainless steel ballpoints with much harder tungsten carbide, which they still use today. By the end of the 1960s, Bic pens were sold on every inhabited continent, and Marcel was looking for other products to add to his arsenal. In line with his philosophy, he needed something cheap and disposable that people would use every day. A pocket lighter turned out to be the perfect candidate. Much like with the ballpoint pen, Marcel's affordable lighter outperformed all available alternatives, and was capable of producing 3,000 flames over its lifetime. Its release in 1973 was met with universal acclaim, and today lighter sales make up over 35% of the company's revenue. Just 2 years later, Marcel found another market he could conquer. In what was essentially a declaration of war on Gillette, Bic released a disposable safety razor in 1975. They heavily undercut Gillette and have been a thorn in their sides ever since. Although Bic have had a hard time outcompeting Gillette, razor sales are still a big chunk of their business, making up almost 24% of their sales today. As a lifetime water sports enthusiast, Marcel established Bic Sport in 1979, which made windsurf equipment and sailboards. Although Bic Sport is still around today, it is a very minor part of the company, and it hasn't been very successful. Marcel's future endeavors, however, would fare even worse. A few months after starting Bic Sport, Marcel decided to enter the clothing market by purchasing Guy Laroche from its founder for $10 million. At first, the deal seemed great, but with the legendary fashion designer in failing health and incapable of making new designs, the fashion company quickly started bleeding money. When Guy himself died in 1989, things became even worse after a series of failed successors. Marcel was also getting pretty old at that point and was starting to make mistakes, like when he tried to enter the perfume market in 1989 and failed so miserably that he scrapped the whole line of perfumes just 2 years later. Marcel died in 1994, and his son Bruno took up the reins to fix the company. His first move was to strengthen Bic's hold on the pen business by buying Whiteout and Tipex, the two largest correction brands in the world. He sold the unprofitable Guy Laroche in 2001, and it eventually ended up in the hands of a Chinese company. Since then, Bic has tried to venture into the realm of consumer electronics by selling mobile phones, tablets, and hydrogen fuel cells, but the results have been lackluster at best. Even today, their most successful products are Marcel's original trifecta: pens, razors, and lighters. In fact, just in 2016, Bic sold 7 billion pens, 2.5 billion razors, and 1.5 billion lighters. If time has shown anything, it's that the company's success lies in the simplicity of their products, and judging by their failure to profit from anything more complex than a ballpoint pen, they would do well to continue honoring Marcel's legacy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting us on Patreon. We spent more than we're willing to admit digging through scanned newspapers to find all of this stuff, so any help would be more than welcome. Feel free to subscribe.
Okay, you saw some video that is about big, starting from big pen, and there was something happening. Can somebody tell me the summary and how it happens, how it changes, what happened now, you know, that latest situation, and also gradually it changes throughout some different products, in the time periods, it changes their product, they introduce new product. So what happens? What is the story? Why they did that? Can you perceive it according to your perception, understanding what happens in that real business? Can somebody comments? General understanding. Not only one person, several person can contribute and give some ideas. Where it started, how it develops, what problems faced. So that is the real business that is happening. Then finally they succeeded, and not limiting to one product. They produce different type products. They identify different categories, you know, discardable products. So why is that? Otherwise, what happened? Can you see big pen in the market now? Big name in the market now?
Yes.
Yes, very good. Patangan, yes. 61, yes. How can you perceive or comment on that? The changes and introducing new products and disappearing older products. Why you think like what happened? And is it some kind of betterment of the company, or consumer changes, their attitude changes, they like the diversity, therefore they are forgetting all the products and purchasing new products? Then what you can do is you are offering new products, new other categories, other usages, anything you can. So just a summary of the company, not me. You can add. I have explained a lot of things now. You can add. What can you see under big name? Boys. If I call big, what type of colors you can remember?
Yellow,
Yeah.
orange. Yeah.
Yellow and white. Yes.
Orange and white.
Yes. What type of products you are having now?
Big
Under
Pens, racers, and lighters.
pens, razors, and
Lighters.
lighters. That nowadays lighters and pens are. Is it available? Have you seen that? Earlier that
Pens are there, sir, not the lighters, maybe.
lighters maybe, no? But that big razors, and there are some other products.
Yeah.
Big,
Saving foam.
yeah, saving
saving-
forms. Saving forms. It's also popular. So what happened is now when you understand, so there's a life cycle, no, lifespan. So maybe starting some year and several years after that, people will forget it and go for another brand. Therefore, you have to introduce new product. That is the strategic approach. You are changing. You are thinking about not the same market, pens market. You can go to lighters, you can go to shaving creams, you can go to lighters or not lighters that uh, uh, shaving foams or that razors. So like that you are changing. Sometimes you can go for hotels, leisure and holiday sector. So like that way it's changing. That should be done. That is marketing, right? Depending on the customers' changes, their attitudes, their behavior patterns, you are also changing your product, right? That is the strategic approach that you have to understand. That is under your strategic marketing plan. Also, you are discussing about those things. You are not sticking to certain product and doing same things and uh, uh, finish it all. So you are moving towards some other trends. You are understanding the environmental changes, customers changes, consumer behavior, and you are going after them, and accordingly you are also changing yourself. That is why variety products and services coming into the market. Diversity of words are there. So because of that diversity of words, right? And I use the term wants, not needs. Wants and needs are two things. So we are coming to that. Before that, diversity of wants. So people want different things. Change in demand. Therefore, there's a great opportunities for businessmen. So you have to go for that, right? You can see the all in all marketing becomes exciting. Exciting, right? Arouse our curiosity. Why? How it happens? Have you seen some products? So you are going here and there, maybe inside the shopping mall. We are watching television or phone, Facebook, or any other social media. Suddenly you notice something, some product. So which may satisfy your unmet needs. There, so far you had some need, there were no products, but suddenly you can notice there is a product. Have you seen, can you remember such kind of situation? Any example you can remember?
So there was a chocolate brand called Kinder Joy. You might remember.
Kinder Joy. So what is the specialty?
So there's a small toy comes with it. First, you need to purchase it to see what's inside. So that is a bit of curiosity that you.
Yeah, very good, very good example, right? So so then it is exciting. You are thinking, you are going for that, right? And you can see here also, right? So we were thinking about some lights. So we are changing light bulbs, right? But here the case is not a light bulb; it's a video camera, right? Just like a video, the light bulb. So you can purchase a video camera and you can fix it to light. So that is a system that it has come. It is very easy. You can use your phone to see what is around, what is happening, right? So otherwise we have to have a wire connections and set here and there the video camera, right? So it is exciting. So if we have such kind of products, it is very easy for us to install. Installation is easier, right? Not much expensive. Therefore, there are many other things like that, right? Can you remember insurance? Insurance policies? Earlier insurance, so we have to go to insurance corporation and purchase or have some agreements, and we have to pay money and those kind of things, right? Assume that you purchase, you come to agreement or service agreement with some kind of for a vehicle insurance policy, right? if something happened, accident happened, we had to go to police and complaints. There are a lot of things proceeding. But then there's another one. Some insurance came with spot insurance. Can you remember? How you excited then with that notice?
On the spot insurance,
It is
we
very
can
easy.
take on the spot, and we can take a picture and upload to the whatever the group, and we can claiming if we are satisfying that they are passing level, pass amount.
Yeah. So it is new development, is exciting. So marketing gives such kind of excitement to us, right? So it is easy now, right? And earlier I can remember that. So when you use a mobile phone, right? We have to pay for outgoing calls and also incoming calls. We had to pay. Now outgoing calls as well as incoming calls. Sometimes outgoing calls very low cost, like Upahara. So exciting, new product development, right? And